Well, across from me is someone who's been so special ever since we first met her. I remember 4 years ago, 3 years ago, when I got in the van, there was this little person sitting right next to me named Dinnah, and she was going to make sure she sat right next to me in the front seat. And she is just such a delight, oh my gosh. But we created a new chapter this year, kind of for an unfortunate reason. Everybody knows by now that Betty has been taken away by her parents. And so when we wanted to do things as a family, we felt we really needed a third person to give balance to what we were doing. And for us, that person was obvious. We wanted Dinnah for a lot of reasons. We love Dinnah. Dinnah's very interesting. But Mama Cece said that Dinnah had done spectacularly well in a very difficult year. She had to manage her family, manage her father, manage property, manage 3 little kids. So Dinnah has just been a superstar this last year. And she's been working away at Mass Communications. She's using a camera I gave her to do that. So Dinnah, why don't we just get started by you just introducing yourself and tell us about the last year in your own words.
Actually, well, it's not last year. It has been this very year.
Sorry?
It has been this very year.
What it's like been, yeah, tell us a little bit about the last year. What's happened to Dinnah?
Oh, last year.
Yeah, the last 12 months.
Last year was, I would say, a bad year for me, a sad year in my life, because I had a child, my son, and he died. It was so sad. But afterwards, I was able to come back to Olive Branch Ministries, beg for forgiveness. Papa God was able to forgive me, all my sponsors, Papa Scott, Mama Cassandra, Mama Sissy, and my sponsor, Mama Tara. Everyone was kind to me, and they allowed me back into the program. And this year, they took me back to school. I'm so glad that I'm at the university, and I'm about to finish my degree in Mass Communication and Journalism at Uganda Christian University.
Wow. Now, you continued writing some stories. Remember, I asked you to write some stories, and some of them were written before the dead year, and some were written, I guess, after the dead year, yes. Right? 4 before and 4 afterwards.
Yes.
And according to me, Dinnah really has the talent to write. She knows how to tell a story, which is really important for a journalist person. So we've gotten quite close in reviewing. Well, we're going to review some more the short stories that she has written. What's it like to write a short story? What's it like? Where do you get the idea?
Actually, I've been writing most of the stories according to maybe the personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things I've really experienced them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I've seen them from friends. Others I'm just creative. I just sit there and imagine something, then I write about it.
Well, one of them, didn't you make it from a photograph?
Sorry?
That's that person's bad day, the thief's bad day or unlucky day.
Yes.
That you said that was from a photograph.
Yeah, it was just in a photograph, and I had to write a story about it. It was just a photo.
Okay. Well, we also worked with Dinnah. It's going to be time for her to do an internship.
Yes.
And so she wrote out her letter of introduction, and without editing it, we, meaning Scott and Cassandra, had some suggestions to make it what I would call achievement or accomplishment oriented. In other words, instead of saying, I studied here, I did that, you say, I accomplished this, we helped this department better, I wrote a story and got an award. I mean, things like that. And so you went to town with 4 different applications, right?
Yes.
What happened?
When I went to the first place, I went to Top Radio. When I reached there, I met the manager, and he was so kind and welcomed me well. So I received my application letter, and in my application letter I had written about my achievements, the things I had done, and among the things I had done, I had written some stories to our university newspaper, that is the Standard, and I had 4 of my articles published. So I had to photocopy them, and I had already touched those copies on my application letter. So the manager was so happy on seeing my articles, and he was like, we have a radio station and we have a television station, so we've been looking for reporters on TV and we've not been having them. So it was like, you're going to come and work with us on radio, but if you work well, we are going to transfer you to television. So I can't wait for that moment.
Well, I know you're going to be good. Actually, I had a girlfriend who, this was before I married Mama Cassandra, who was from France. And she was a radio reporter for the country of Canada, because part of Canada they speak French. So she was a beautiful red-headed woman, but she liked radio. She thought radio was the intimate, she called it the intimate medium. It's just you and the listener. She loved radio. But they wanted her to be on television because she was so beautiful and she had this red hair. And so they wanted her to be on television. They put her on television, and she did not like television. But remember, she's on camera now. She's not editing or anything like that. She's like you. She's the one that's in front of the camera. And she was reporting on the White House, the American president. So she was it's called Radio Canada. So she was the Radio Canada correspondent. So I'll find it interesting if what you think, whether you like radio or television the best.
If I'm anchoring news, I really like anchoring news on radio. Because I think sometimes I'm nervous, and I can be fearing maybe to see people on television, like the people who are watching the television, to see that maybe I'm making some mistake or something. But then for radio, I think I'm confident enough. Yeah, and I like doing things behind the camera, not in front of the camera.
Okay.
But I think I can also do better on TV, because I've done it before. I went for Media Challenge auditions. I passed through as a Uganda news anchor for my university. And finally we had a competition. It just happened last semester. And I was the Uganda news anchor for my university. And I'm so proud of that. Though I never got an award, but at least that was my achievement. Now,
Papa Scott, who's always trying to think of new ideas, had a new idea for you.
Yes.
What was that?
Papa Scott has an idea for me to write a book about one of our neighbors. He's a man of God actually. He's actually a pastor. He's called Emmanuel Chiwotoka. So he has told me to write a book about
I didn't tell you.
His life.
I suggested.
Okay.
I didn't tell you to write a book.
Right. He suggested that maybe I could go ahead and write something about his life, write his biography. And I find it so interesting. I think it can be a good achievement, and I'm willing to do it.
Well, you met with him already, didn't you?
Yeah, I've met him, and then he's on and off. Yeah, so we are writing. What did you call it?
A biography.
No, but writing it in bits.
Piecemeal.
Okay, you're doing it piecemeal.
Right. So I suggested that you write a chapter, and then maybe I'll help you look and make some suggestions.
Yeah.
This could take 2 years. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with taking 2 years.
And I'm also planning to write about my life.
About your life as well.
Yes.
All right, that's great. Well, we have big plans for next year. As I said, we included Dinnah coming to the Nile Porch, and it was just so wonderful. And so we've invited her to come to South Africa next year with Kenny and Joy Phoebe. And so we went to the visa place, right? No, you weren't there. It was just Joy. I'm sorry. but we got the visa application. But the first thing you got to do is get your passport application.
Yeah.
And to do that, you've got to get a new identity card.
Yes.
Why is that?
Why?
Why do you need a new identity card?
Because I need to have a clear identity. In my academic documents, I have 2 names. I'm using only 2 names, Dinnah. But on my national ID, identity card, I'm having 3 names. Dinnah and Babas. Babas is my other name, is my clan name. But I've not been using it in my academic documents. So, the LC3 chairman of our place advised me to continue using only 2 names. So I need to go back to Electoral Commission, to the registrars in charge of making national IDs and talk to them so that I can get another identity card that only has 2 names.
Okay. Okay. Well, we need to draw this to a conclusion, but I'm a bit embarrassed to say that a lot of this has been about Scott and Cassandra and Dinnah, but you have sponsors there, and they're the ones who are paying your school fees, not us. And so I'm sure you want to thank them. Did you get something for presents from them?
Yes.
You did, okay. Well, so why don't you talk to your sponsors about thank them for what they've been doing and talk about what they sent you.
Alright. Hello Mama, Tara. Praise God. This is your daughter Dinnah. Sending warm greetings to you. I would like to thank you so much for being there for me, for encouraging me, for loving me like your real daughter. Mommy, I love you so much. Thank you for supporting me. Even when I've misbehaved, you always forgive me and you always stand in for me. Thank you so much for all the gifts you've given me, the Christmas cards, financial support, the money you gave me. I'm using it to get to buy some 2 windows that have been remaining on our house, and also try to buy some glasses to put into our doors and our windows. Thank you very much, Mommy. May the Almighty God bless you. I always pray for you. And your sister Tanya, I know she will become better because the Lord is possible. I would also like to thank Papa Gary and Mama Judy so much for standing in for me and my family. Thank you very much, Daddy, for loving us, for paying our school fees, our tuition, and everything. I also would like to thank Mama Sisi and Papa Stanley. Really, I'm so speechless about you. I don't know. If I start thanking you, maybe I can finish the whole day thanking you. But thank you very much. May God bless you so much. I'm so glad because you not only give us school fees and tuition and what, but you go ahead to know how our family is doing. I'm so thankful because you've taken away some burden from me. I really had a big burden with my siblings, with Vicky, Patrick, and Patricia, who are kids of my stepmother. But at least you've really helped me take them to school. They're in good schools. You're paying their school fees. You're giving them gifts. They are all happy. And thank you also for letting them start Joseph's home and become part of the program. May God bless you so much.
So what is today?
Today is the 25th of December. It's a Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
Yes.
So you want to wish Merry Christmas to everybody in America?
Merry Christmas to you all. I love you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.